I hope it's going to rain soon. Everything's drying up. Even the grass is struggling. Our dams need a good topping up.
The dams are still quite full at the moment, so we're okay for a while.
I've been reading this letter from Whinging Carriby Council. What's this business about council inspectors coming to inspect our dam? Haven't they got anything better to do? What if they want to empty it? What about the yabbies and the snakes that live in the dam? What about the mobs of kangaroo that use this place as their private resort, lying around all day with nothing better to do? They use the dam as their favourite watering hole, much like you and your mates use the Bundy pub.
Snakes don't live in the dam. They just use the water to cool off. It's nothing, just a precaution. Some dams in the area have been contaminated by runoff from paddocks that have been sprayed with fertilisers and other chemicals. Some of the wildlife have died from drinking the water.
Well, there shouldn't be anything wrong with our dams. We haven't been using any chemicals on our paddocks. Everything growing here is organic.
Yes, you're right. I suppose your Aunt Maud will be dropping in on us again.
What's wrong with Maud?
Well, you know, she's a bit rough at times.
What do you mean rough?
She's a bit unconventional, you might say, when dealing with problems, particularly with people problems. It's great that our daughter has time to be with us this weekend.
Yes, Emma works so hard and doesn't get much time off.
Well, that's life as a hostie with Qantas, I'm afraid.
I know, but it would be nice if she could visit us a bit more often. I wonder what this new boy is like she's going out with. She said he's dropping by later to take her out for dinner.
Does he work in the airline business?
Yes, I think he's a steward.
What's his name?
Harold, I think.
Hey, you! What do you think you're doing, looking in people's windows?
I wasn't doing anything.
You're one of those perverts, aren't you? I'll teach you to looking in a young girl's window. That'll teach you. Hello. How are you all?
Hello, Maud. All fine, thanks, Auntie. How are you? What was all that shouting about?
Oh, fine, thanks, dear. I just saw some bloke looking in your daughter's window.
What? I'll go and sort him out.
No need to, dear. I've already sorted him out.
What? What do you mean?
Well, I hit him on the head with a shovel.
You what? Is he all right?
No, dear. He's dead. I killed him.
What do you mean you killed him?
Just what I said. I hit him with a shovel that was left out on the front lawn. You shouldn't leave your shovel lying about. Someone could get hurt or steal it.
But why? Why did you have to kill him?
Well, you don't want some pervert looking in your daughter's window, do you?
That's no reason to kill him. We could have called the police.
Oh, where is he? The body, I mean.
Out on the lawn.
What are you going to do with the body?
Well, that's up to Father. I've done the hard part.
What do you mean it's up to me? What am I going to do with it? I haven't had a lot of experience disposing of dead bodies, especially human ones.
Oh, never mind. I'll fix it.
Well, what are you going to do? She's your auntie.
What do you mean, my auntie? When we got married, you accepted all of my family, including Maud, so she's just as much your auntie as mine.
When we got married, you didn't tell me that your auntie was a homicidal maniac. How many other murders has she committed?
Only 2 that we know of. And she wasn't convicted because they couldn't find the bodies and there wasn't enough evidence.
But how come she was suspected in the first place? Why was she a person of interest? Who was she supposed to have murdered?
Oh, some Richard cranium she was living with. She came home one day and he was in bed with some delivery woman. There was a blazing row. She grabbed his stuff, chucked it out on the footpath and he left. never to be seen again. As she was the last person to see him, and she had a motive, she became a suspect.
Who was the other one?
While she was on holidays a couple of years ago, she had a bloke come round to lay some bricks to make a gutter on the driveway and paid him up front. When she got back, it was as crooked as a dog's hind leg, and when it rained, the cement got washed out and the whole thing fell apart. When she went to get her money back, he refused to give it to her. So she was last seen leaving his place, screaming obscenities, got in her car and drove off. He suddenly disappeared and hasn't been seen since. So again, she was the last person to see him and had a motive.
What have you done?
I threw him in the dam where he belongs.
But the contractor from Whinging Caribou Council's coming tomorrow to inspect the dam for any leaks or contamination.
So I went him down with a couple of bricks and no one was seeing.
Hello, Auntie.
Hello.
How's everything here?
Oh, just fine, dear. Nothing new and exciting happening at the moment. Tell us about the new man you're going out with.
His name's Harold, and he's a senior steward. We had a funny incident on our last trip to Honolulu. He'd just finished doing a drink service, and the chief steward had made an announcement over the PA and was in the galley talking to one of the stewards and telling a joke. The problem was the PA hadn't been turned off, and the whole plane could hear.
That would have been embarrassing.
Yeah, he was called up to visit the captain, who wasn't very impressed.
What was the joke? I hope it wasn't a dirty one.
No, it wasn't, surprisingly for him. It's about a man who retired on the Friday, and then on the following Monday, he just walked around the property, read a book, had a rest, and just chilled out. On the Tuesday, his wife asked him, "What are you going to do today?" And he said nothing. "But you did that yesterday," she said. And he replied, "I know, but I haven't finished yet."
That's funny.
I don't get it.
Oh, mother.
Anyway.
At least the passengers all seemed to get it. The place was full of laughter. Some at the joke and some at the discomfort of the chief steward.
Well, we've got some engineers from Whinging Caribou Council coming to see us today.
Oh, what's on their mind? Has someone found something to do for a change? What's with that monstrous crash barrier they installed at the end of our street? Do they think we're going to hold a truck Grand Prix or something?
Well, they're coming to inspect the dam.
What's wrong with the dam?
Something about the water killing the wildlife in the area.
There's a few bits of wildlife in Sydney that could use that water. Oh, Mum, has anybody come for me? My friend Harold was supposed to be taking me out for dinner.
No, dear. There hasn't been any visitors.
He's so unreliable. We did a flight to Honolulu together, and during our stopover we had a chance to get to know each other a little better, if you know what I mean. But he was never where he was supposed to be when you wanted him.
Now look what you've done. You've killed her friend Harold and thrown him in our dam.
Well, he shouldn't have been peeking in your daughter's window, the pervert.
Oh no, that'll be the inspector to look at the dam.
Ah, leave him to me. I know how to sort him out.
What are you going to tell him?
Just leave him to me.
What is she going to say to him? How can she possibly put him off? She'll probably tell him some cock and bull story and talk him to death. Or something worse. What did you say?
I hit him with a shovel, threw him in the dam, and everything would be all right.
Oh, Auntie, you just can't go around killing people and throwing them in the dam. It's against the law, for a start.
Stop being a worrywart. Nobody will find out. The dam is quite deep.
It's the engineer from Whinging Caribou Council here. He says that they've tested the dam and it's unsafe and he has to drain it. His men are already down there getting started.
Oh, bloody hell!